Yes, time for another weekly analysis. Uh, it's currently the 13th of April, so it's almost, it's time for the third week of April. I think it's weekly analysis for the week 16th, I think. So yeah, let's get it. It's been a very good couple of days. Good volume. DXY has been doing what we have been anticipating, which is to keep being bullish, based on and the thing I am looking at is currently the DXY, and why I'm saying it's bullish is because we have the TA, the technical analysis, and we do also have the fundamental news that keep pouring in now based on what's happening around the world. I won't dig too deep into that, just to explain that the DXY is a asset or a how do you say, it's a pair that keeps pushing up when there is insecurities around the world. So it keeps pushing up when there's bad things that's happening around the world, which, like, for example, when there was COVID, when we can go back to 2020, I think it was. Yeah, we did have this push during COVID, then we got down, and since then we just have been rallying up, and now we are here currently. So just to look at the monthly time frame on DXY, nothing too crazy. We're still bullish. We are in this bullish range. We tapped into this monthly busy, and if you want to use support and resistance, we broke this resistance, and now we use it as some kind of support, and we should keep pushing up. I do see this intermediate high being taken out, definitely. So yeah, we were bullish on the DXY. Nothing crazy there. So what did it do? I anticipated that the DXY should penetrate a little bit deeper into this weekly busy, but we can see that we just took out this previous weekly low, and from there we just rallied up, and it happened during Tuesday. So the low formed during Tuesday, and this low and the high formed during Tuesday, low during Thursday, and this low formed during Tuesday once we took out this swing low, this previous week low, and we have since then rallied up quite nicely. So we did have this buy side liquidity in the form of this swing low. We do now have this volume imbalance where I do think that price will get some kind of reaction. So this is a level that I am looking closely at, but I still think that we should penetrate this imbalance and keep taking out some buy side liquidity. So that's it. That's DXY, and let's look from the weekly. Yeah, we did have this weekly busy. We respected it quite nicely. We tapped into the open. I do think, yeah, the open of this weekly bullish order block in combination with this busy. So that's a very strong combination when you do have a order block and at the same time you have this bullish fair value gap, right? And this was our take on the DXY. I'm currently still bullish after taking out our week high. I want to see price respect the weekly busy and keep pushing up, which it did. So if we just play it back, we did push down, failed to make a lower high, lower low. We did have this weekly busy, pushed up, let's take away this. We pushed up into this weekly busy, got our bearish, got our swing high from that. Yeah, so external, we took out external, we penetrate into this weekly busy and this mitigation block, and then we got our reaction. What happened then? We took out some sell side liquidity. We respected this volume imbalance quite nicely. We didn't close below. We used it as some kind of support, and then we pushed up. So we used this area. Okay. So we pushed down from this weekly internal range, whatever you want to call it. No, internal liquidity. We took out some external. And once taking out external and entering the internal on this range, we took out external. And then we should come back to fill some internal to then get back to the external up here. So that's basically it. So let's not make it so we do have this previous weekly high. And we do have this previous weekly low. Took out the buy side. So yeah, that's DXY. This is Euro GBP. We're not there yet. We'll start with the Euro USD. So Euro USD, I was anticipating price to, let's see, yeah, weak low, strong high. So we did have our nothing there. I did say this was our previous weekly high, and I was anticipating that price would get down to take out this low first, I do think. Before taking out this previous weekly high, but instead I was bearish once we took out this high, but I thought that price would get a lot higher. No problem there, and then I was anticipating this whole move down. But we can see that what price did, price took out the previous weekly high, just as the DXY took out the previous weekly low, and then we exploded to the downside, right? So you can see I do have this strong high, weak low. Where did price go? Price went to this, yeah, you can see it in advance, but it wasn't that clear. We do have this, breaker block, this low that took out this swing high, and then this was not mitigated yet. And we also have this H4 CB that wasn't also fully mitigated, but we have already penetrated it once with this candle, twice, and then a third time here. So why I thought that we would get to this area was solely based on support and resistance, and we did have this weekly level, but price didn't have the energy to push up all the way here, and instead we just tapped into the previous weekly high, and then we flew down. And when did it happen? It happened during the New York session. That was when the high was made, and in real time I did actually think that, okay, this is a very good level to take short. Because why? Because we did take out the previous weekly high during Tuesday, during New York. So if you know how the weekly profile works, that's a very good entry. And then you just wait for price to just keep melting. And we can see that we have been respecting this weekly CB in the same time, right? So we do have this weekly CB, the purple area, which we have been respecting, and from there we have been getting a huge rejection. So as I said, I was very bearish on the euro, but I did think we would push a little bit higher, and then we would drop. And this drop is very beautiful, honestly. This is a move of $227 pips. 227 pips, that's a lot. If you went in with a one lot, you would have made like $2,270, which is quite nice, honestly. But yeah, so this is euro, quite nice. It did almost what I thought it would do. We took out the previous weekly high during Tuesday New York session. Then we made this shift, which I see now. We did make this shift once we took out this low. We left a CB, we left this candle here, which we retested, and since then we just dumped. And a good thing to notice too is that before the dump what we have this range from this high to this low. What we do, what the price do, we tapped into the equilibrium, so a little bit above, which means it's a what? It's a premium, right? So, and it's in premiums we want to sell. But as I said, I thought we would get a little bit higher and then we would drop. So yeah. Now price should attack these lows. It really should. I could see price get back, retest, and then continue go down. That's basically it. Okay. So let's take all this away. Quite a nice bearish candle, which indicates that this low is the next target, definitely. And this monthly busy, which we had down here. Yeah. I would want price to, oh yeah, what's this one? I would want price to return to this orange area, use it as some kind of resistance, and then just look to take some sells. And now we do have GBP USD. And this is the same as, this is the kind of setup that I was talking about with yeah, so we do have this so on the GU, it's quite, this monthly busy has always been a target for me. So what did we do? We did come back. So we had this range from this low to that high. What was equilibrium? It was here. So we want to sell above, right? In premium. So we did have this weekly inverse value gap where price tapped into it twice. We did have this order block, swing low being taken out from that high. So we had, since we took out that high, we had this shift. So if you want, you can do this You can see that no, I did not. Okay, so they get a reaction from here, enter next level, and then we plummet it. Same thing here. What do? We got to this weekly inverse fair value gap, and then we plummeted. I thought that I thought we would go a little bit higher. GU was not as clear as Euro, just to make it clear that it was not as clear. So I need to study this price action in order to understand and to get better. That's basically it. But you can see that I was bearish at the same time. I did think that we would get to this area. I was bearish, but I didn't know how it would play out. But we can see at the same time that when did the high being made? The high was made during Tuesday, New York session. Wednesday we tried to take out that high. We could easily have done it too, but yeah. So this breaker, this bearish breaker, was just above. So yeah. This bearish breaker was just above this high, which was the previous weekly high, just to make it. Oh. Previous weekly high, right? So high was made during Tuesday. Bam, bam, bam. So yeah, but we can see that price was. We can see quite easily what price was trying to do. It's trying to generate liquidity by keeping price in this area, and then what did we do? We created this high where price was like, okay, what does retail think? Okay, we should keep going up once we have taken this high, then this high. We had this internal structure, right? We were supposed to get to this, maybe this busy, and then keep going up maybe. But price did have other thoughts, and we just melted. Yeah. And now we have AUD USD, and this was basically the one I was most I was on the wrong side of it. I was on the wrong side. We did the same thing here. We took out the previous weekly high. No, this is not a previous weekly high. This high was, but we did take out some buy side liquidity, and I did honestly think that we would get to this high before melting. So that was my target this previous month. Why? Because we are also above the equilibrium, so it would be a good level. So this, honestly, this imbalance here was, so I thought price would take out this small and then we would attack that low. So that was my prediction for AUD USD. But yeah, it did have other plans. So we now have this mitigation block. This bearish breaker block, where I do think if price were to come back up, that's where I would look to enter some short positions from this area. Yeah. So my prediction was, we did have this grab of liquidity. We came down here, we kept pulling up. I thought that price would, from here, once it opened, I thought we would go further down before taking out these highs. So my prediction was, before even getting up, we would take out these lows, dug deeper into this imbalance, maybe came back to this orange area, then push up to the previous month and then plummet. But we only took out these highs and then we plummeted. So this was our previous weekly high, but we can do like this. And then we did have this break of structure. And this low will definitely be taken out, and we will probably melt quite aggressively on AUD now. Because why? Failed to make higher high, made a shift, we came back to this monthly BC. Yeah. And instead of pushing up and respecting bullish PD race, we have now shifted. So price is bearish, or can I even say bearish? We're not bearish, but So we are bearish on the monthly. Nothing strange there. Monthly we are bearish. Swing high, swing low. Yeah. We do have buy side, but we are not doing anything. And now we do have this new swing low, this lower points, this lower high compared to that one. So we did have this low shift, came up, made this higher high. So basically what I said is, on the weekly we do have this monthly busy, right? And we do have the swing low. We took out this swing high. In other words, we made this shift the market structure, right? And we respected this internal range liquidity in the form of weekly CB, where we made our high of this range, and then what did we do? We made a higher low. We tried to make an attempt to go even further up, and instead we made this shift in market structure, or this break of structure. So now what price should do is price should definitely if price were to come back about this level, that would be a very beautiful area to look for some shorts. And then we do have this liquidity. And we can see that we are in this huge bullish busy, right? Bullish value gap. Have we gotten into this 50%? No, we have not. We have not. So we could definitely come back. We have this inverse fair value gap too, where price could come back to and then get some kind of reaction. But yeah, so we do now have this previous weekly high and this previous weekly low. So we got to this internal, then we attacked the external, and we should have respected this level. So now, and very beautiful, where we see the price have been respecting in the AUD USD, which is the inverse fair value gap. So we'll see how price react to this area in the future, but I would definitely look to take some shorts from this area. Definitely. Let's see, we do have this daily inversion value gap. Yeah, if price were to come back to this area above the equilibrium, then I would look to take some short positions. But now I'm definitely bearish until this level is taken. So this is now external liquidity, and we should yeah, we'll see. If price were to attack this level, that would be good. And if I were to see some huge rejection, then we could maybe attack some buy side liquidity. But now it looks very bearish. No. So I am bearish on all of these pairs. I am bearish until this low is taking. And yeah, I'm more bearish than bullish on the AUD. And then we do have the USD CAD. Yeah. Yeah, USD CAD looks super bullish. Super bullish. So basically nothing strange. We should attack these highs. And yeah. We should attack these highs and look to take some after this high is taken out, we should see a huge reaction. Not a huge, but we should see a move downwards. That's what I think. So yeah. So USD CAD bullish. Bearish order block, blah 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 blah. We should see some kind of pullback. We do have this daily busy now. once you see it, it's not. Swing low, swing high. I swear. I just want to see. Got the swing low. This should be seen as a shift, and then we did see another shift. This was the position. I did take long from this position, so I did win quite a lot. I was in long from here. I was in a long position on USD CAD. I will see if it's here on the live account. Pam pam pim. But yeah, I was super bullish. We can see I did have this shift, and then yeah, and then we saw this huge move. But that's not important. I did take this long, and I did write it up. I think it was, yeah, here. So I should have held or taken out a small profit and then just keep holding it. But yeah, then it would be a 200 pip move. But that's it. I can't think like that. So yeah, I was bullish on USD CAD. I did wins. Nothing too crazy there. External liquidity. This was another trade I have been looking for quite a lot. I did think that we would tap into this daily CB, but yeah, this Thursday move, it just plummeted. This for me is it's not a shift, since it's not we didn't close below. This wasn't even a swing low, it was just equal lows. So I would want to see this daily CB be some kind of magnet for price to return to. And then we'll see what's happening. Because now we do have for me, I am still bullish on this pair. So nothing too crazy. So we should go even further up, and yeah. So I am bullish on this pair. This is not, yeah, external, or I do think it's internal. Strong low. Weak high. So yeah, for me, I would definitely want to look for some yeah, look for some longs. Yeah, so that's basically it on Euro GBP. We do have this bullish order block. Took out some swing lows, and then we pushed up. So for me, this is a very, very beautiful long setup. We should get some bullish reaction from this level. Okay, that's basically it. I'll see you soon. Thank you for tuning in.